Is it number 1 though?
Powers of 10 fucking sucked!
Is that going to be in the podcast?
Was it recording?
Yes.
Then yes. What's up, my crew members? My name is Andrew. I'm here with Rob.
Yellow.
And unfortunately, I know, there is no coach.
It's become a running joke now.
I know, he'll never be back. No, but I wish Coach was here, because there's a lot of interesting things to talk about. So, there's actually a lot of news, Marvel and DC-wise, revealed that I want to talk about, and then there's also some X-Men news as well. Well, not news, but like
reviews.
News about reviews, basically. Because we didn't have the podcast last week. Just things.
Yeah, I was in Michigan, so.
And college for me, so it's been kind of hectic. But we will talk about the last 2 issues, I think, of Powers or House or whatever the hell it is.
I think it was House last week, Powers this week.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before I start, so in about 4 months, I don't know if you've heard, Rob, but YouTube is going to be changing some things.
Again?
And but apparently they're going to be targeting quote unquote kids channels. Basically, they're going to I think they want to get rid of comments on kids channels and stuff like that, so kids aren't exposed to people in the comments and stuff like that. Something like that. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is. I know that they're doing something like that, but to prevent that, we're not holding back curses.
Did we ever?
Censored. I mean, I tried, but then I got lazy with editing them out. But it's official.
Yeah.
By the time this is out, my review on Gotham City Monsters will be out, and I explain it also in that. And I curse in that a little bit, so it's not going to be censored at all. So you're
just trying to get the exclusive tag or the explicit tag. Is that what it is?
Not even that. I don't want to be restricted. You know what I mean? Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, speaking of that, yeah, like I was saying, so I don't want. Oh, is it going? It's recording, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like I was saying, I don't want the channel to be affected in any way by YouTube because I do the Lego videos, so I don't want that to be considered kid friendly or whatever. So I don't give a shit. I'm not censoring out curses. I'm going to talk about whatever I want. I'll say whatever I want about this stuff. So, Rob, no holding back. We can say whatever we want. I don't care because if YouTube is going to do this stuff, then, which is ridiculous. But
I wonder how they decide what a kiddie channel is.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. If you think about it, Evan Tube HD or Ryan's Toy Reviews, those would be considered real kids channels. So it's then what am I? I talk about comic books and I think it's more targeting.
Well, I know there was some Minecraft ones where they were getting some pretty creepy things in the chat, so I think it's that kind of stuff they're trying to avoid.
I don't know. It was ever since that one guy was oh, there's a pedophile ring on YouTube. It's no, YouTube has an algorithm, and if you search up something, you'll get recommended that same thing. That's how YouTube works, because they want you to stay on the site as long as possible. Because, that's how a website works.
Yeah.
It's not, YouTube being like that. I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk about comic books.
Mm-hmm.
All articles, by the way, will be linked in the description for each thing that we talk about here. So, first things first. Suicide Squad, number 1. Now, this, usually I would not care, but it's written by Tom Taylor, who I really like. Because he's writing Deceased, which is great, and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is also a really underrated series. It's really good, and this will be coming out in December. New ongoing series for Suicide Squad. They ended it at, I believe, 50, so that's over, the old series, and it looks like we are getting, obviously, Harley Quinn and Deadshot, and my boy King Shark, but it looks like we're also getting Zebra Man and two other characters who I'm not exactly sure.
One looks like a flamboyant Zorro, and the other one looks like an anime girl.
Yeah. It says, when DC's most desperate villains are combined with new inmates of Belle Reve that Task Force X has been trying to kill, who can Harley Quinn and Deadshot trust? These misfits not only have to worry about surviving their next mission, but each other as well, which is a classic Suicide Squad trope, I guess. But which one of the people on the cover you think will die?
Those two people, I don't know who they are.
Oh, yeah, the two people that we don't know.
And Zebra Man.
And, well, no, you can't kill Zebra Man.
Well, they're not going to kill King Shark, Deadshot, or Harley Quinn, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I'd be very...
Honestly,
well, they can't kill Harley Quinn. She's their number one seller in DC, so I think you're pretty safe there.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm probably going to get this, just because it's written by Tom Taylor, and I don't usually do that type of thing where it's like, oh, it's written by this person, that means I'll get it. It's more like that if I'm interested in that character, not really, the writer. Like, I wasn't too keen on, what's her name? Teenie Howard, but she's writing Death's Head and Thanos, and I'm not really too keen on Teenie Howard, but I picked up Death's Head just because of the character. So, I'm not really kind of like that when it comes to, like, oh, I'm going to get this book because of the writer, but I think just because it's written by Tom Taylor, I'm going to get this.
Well, plus Suicide Squad, it could be good if it's in the right hands, so it's also a good character. So.
Yeah, and hopefully Tom Taylor does a good job with them, and this will be releasing December 18th. 40 pages, $4.99.
Is it 40 pages every month, or is it just first
no,
one?
I assume it's just going to be the first one, because if it was 40 pages each month, it would be $5 a month, which is ridiculous. I hope this doesn't turn into a twice a month series. Like, you can really only do that with certain books, like when it's kind of slow, I guess. That's when you can kind of do it twice a month just to pick it up a little bit. But even then, like the Justice League of America series that came out a while ago, they had a 6-issue series, and that was, or a 6-issue like story arc, but that was 3 months, and it felt like it was going on forever, even though it was still twice a month.
Yeah.
So I don't like when they do twice a month unless they really need to, but I hope this is just once a month, because then that would mean more money I have to spend if it's twice a month. But yeah, so that's Suicide Squad. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, Tom Taylor, he wrote some really good X-Men books too. Like he's a really good writer. I believe he's Australian, and he also had I follow him on Twitter, and he had like a whole ghost story, like a live action ghost story he was doing on Twitter, like it was really happening. It was really good. For like a whole day, he was at a cabin somewhere, and he kept taking pictures, and it was like interactive. I was like, really, really cool. Like, he's a very good storyteller in whatever medium he's using. So,
yeah,
like I think he's a very creative guy. So I can if anybody can do Suicide Squad with this group, I think it could be him.
Yeah, and he's written Injustice as well, which I hear is very good. And
isn't that's the video game thing,
that's
right?
the video game comics, yes.
Yeah, and I heard it was good, in which something that's just off a license like that shouldn't be good, and I've heard it was good, so yeah.
Yeah. So much so that in Convergence, I believe they destroyed that universe, and then like it didn't matter because it was then they just kept publishing books for it,
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh no, that universe wasn't destroyed. What are you talking about?
And yeah, you'll have to read it and let me know if it's good, and then I'll pick it up.
Yeah, and don't worry, you will see a video about it, definitely, when it comes out, but
not until December.
Not until December. But anyway, yeah, Suicide Squad #1. Next up, we have Wonder Woman Dead Earth, another Black Label book. Mm-hmm. It will be coming out December 18th. 48 pages, $6.99, 4 issues.
Every other month it says too, so it's not every month.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, with the bigger size issues, they got to do it every other month or so.
Especially for $7, yeah.
Yeah, but this is the new Black Label series. Now, here's the thing, okay? I really am enjoying the Black Label stuff. It's like that. It's basically like kind of the new Elseworlds, I guess, because it's like it doesn't have to take place in the universe. You know what I mean? It's not like it doesn't screw up with continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Like Batman Damned, Etrigan was just a black guy who was like I think he was like a DJ,
Yeah.
And he had horns, like that was Etrigan, So they're really just screwing around with the stuff, and so far the books for it have been pretty good except Superman Year One. But
so they're like Elseworlds, but they don't use Elseworlds anymore, really.
It's Elseworlds unless they specifically say that it isn't, like Superman Year One, which is the official origin for Superman now.
Which they'll eventually be like, maybe not, since everybody's like, what the hell?
Definitely not. Hopefully not. But now here's the thing that I'm kind of worried about. Me looking at the cover, okay? Wonder Woman looks a little weird, and it kind of makes me think of like those young adult books that are coming out, like for whatever the reason, that art style, like she doesn't look normal, I don't know if that's like a post-apocalyptic, like it looks like a kiddie book, even though it's Black Label.
It like, is. It does take place in a post-apocalyptic world, but this Daniel Warren Johnson, he's a writer and artist, so this is his style. He's has a lot going on at Image. So
yeah.
So it is definitely coming from that indie kind of feel. So I don't think it's going to be kiddie. I think it's just indie. So it almost reminds me of like Love and Rockets or what's the other one? All those kind of like really indie books. It reminds me of that kind of style.
Mm.
And the creature behind him looks like Venom. So hopefully it's not Venom.
Oh man,
it's moved into even DC. Venom's everywhere.
Jesus.
Or it could be Cthulhu. Like there's a bit of Cthulhu going on with multiple legs and weird creatures. So
that might be interesting.
Yeah,
that I would be down for that. Wonder Woman versus Cthulhu.
Yeah, it says it's the last human who's fighting against titanic monsters. So that might be fun. Is Kamandi going to be in it?
Oh, that would be actually really cool if he was. He was actually in the Legion of Superheroes Millennium comic, which I don't know if you remind me and I remember at the end, we could try to talk about that, but that was stupid. Anyway, so I'll probably get it. I'm pretty much getting all the Black Label books because I love like the graphic novel style books like that, where I could put them on the shelf and they have the nice binding and it looks nice. You know what I mean? I like that style.
Yeah, that's how all comics should be. No more floppies. All this style now.
No. You gotta keep floppies. I can't fit all those books on the shelf. And then every issue would be $10.
Yeah, but it only come out like once every 6 months. So.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably get it. I mean, it sounds interesting. There's some Black Label books that I'm a little iffy about. Like there's a Joker one and a Harley Quinn, like a retelling of her origin story now, and I don't know. It's if it's good, I'll keep reading it. But if it's bad, I'm just not even gonna bother, obviously. But like the only one that I'm still reading that is bad is Superman Year One, because I'm just like I need to see how this.
You're mesmerized.
Exactly. I just need to see and experience how this will be finished, But yeah, I mean, Wonder Woman Dead Earth looks interesting. We'll see, though. We'll see if it's good or not.
Well, it does say the Black Label content descriptor is for mature readers, so even with this, so it should be fun.
Yeah, hopefully. Now, the next thing we're gonna talk about.
Speaking of mature readers.
Speaking of. I was gonna say something bad. Speaking of idiot heads, Dark Knight Returns: The Golden Child #1. This is a one-shot. Frank is
Frank
Miller.
Back. Yeah. 48-page prestige format one-shot. At least it's a one-shot. The last one, was it the last one? Yeah, I think that was it. Or was it
Knight
2?
3, The Master Race.
Yeah, no, it was 1 or 2 or 3. It took like years to come out, so it's just like,
yeah.
At least it's just the one-shot. It's over with.
I don't know why they keep doing that. Like, why do you keep going on and on and on with The Dark Knight Returns? Like, it was one good book.
Yeah.
Then Strikes Again. I haven't read Master Race, but I assume it isn't the best.
No, I heard bad things about it.
And then there's this, which looks like it's Superman's kid or something.
Yeah, it's Jonathan Kent is come back, known as the Golden Child. And it's I think it's who's Batman in this? Is it Carrie Kelly?
I think so. I mean, I guess.
So they have to fight against Jonathan, who might be crazy. So it's just Batman versus Superman. But yeah, and the art looks crazy. Is it? It's I don't think it's Frank Miller doing the art, though, is it?
No.
Yeah, it looks like the guy who did it's Paul Pope. That's who's doing the art. Makes sense. Oh, and is it Andy Kubert you hate, or is it Adam you hate?
Who do I hate?
You hate one of the Kuberts.
No, I don't hate the Kuberts. It's what's his face, John Romita Jr.
Oh, it's John Romita Jr. I knew it was a second generation one.
no, not the Kuberts.
Yeah, Kuberts are good.
The Kuberts are cool.
Yeah, they're doing some of the arts by them, and Joel Jones, which is the art will be nice. Like it reminds me of Jupiter's Legacy in that, so it's curious about that. But yeah, I'm sure the story will just be horrible because Frank Miller hasn't written anything good since The Dark Knight. So the first one, it's been a long time.
But I mean, come on, he put out Holy Terror.
Yeah, there's been a lot of 9/11 messed that guy up.
Oh God, dude, I don't know. Why can't he just retire?
It seems like it's every episode we're talking about a different Frank Miller project that's coming out. It's not stopping.
He's not gonna stop. He'll stop when he's dead. I mean, like, come on, just stop. Just please stop. It's ridiculous. I don't know. This is one of the reasons why DC is driving me crazy. So let's go on to something that is a little bit more interesting. We have Hobgoblin in Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality #1, a new one-shot, which is weird because they have the Symbiote Spider-Man mini-series. I believe it ended, or there's one more issue. I'm not exactly sure. But now there's a one-shot, and apparently they had a Symbiote Spider-Man Absolute Carnage tie-in, which had no Spider-Man in it for about 3 panels.
So does this take place back when he was wearing that suit?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
It's back in time. That makes sense.
The first issue was actually not bad because it was it was in Mysterio's point of view.
It's written by Peter David, but Peter David also has had quite a few strokes, I think it was. He had health problems anyways. So once again, it's an older guy who's had health issues writing stuff, and I think they're not living up to what they used to be.
Yeah.
40 pages, though, for a first issue again.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is a one-shot. It'll be a one-shot. So
well, it says a brand new limited series. So
where does it say that?
At the top, get the lowdown on the brand new limited series coming in December.
Jesus. Why? I thought it was a one-shot. I'm upset now.
Sorry. Yeah, oversized 40-page first issue, so it implies there's more.
You know what's so funny? I never read the subtext.
I always have to read it for you.
Yeah, that happened with the Punisher too. Every time. Now I'm upset because I was hoping it would be a one shot and I could actually read it, but now it's a mini series.
It doesn't say how many issues either. It could be 6 issue, could be 3 issue. Who knows? And Greg Land, he's hit and miss. Sometimes he's all right, and sometimes he's horrible. So,
I mean, I love that cover. That cover I want as a poster.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. I love the original Hobgoblin. He's great.
Yeah. The Hobgoblin is. Oh, I like Hobgoblin a lot.
Inferno, back when Inferno happened, his stories in the Spider-Man, I was collecting Spider-Man back then, they were great. Like, he was scary, and it was really good. Yeah. So Hobgoblin holds a special part in my heart, so. Yeah, and I do love Black Suit Spider-Man. That was also when I was reading it, so.
Yeah. I don't know. Then you might like that Symbiote Spider-Man miniseries. You might want to get it when when it comes out in trade.
Yeah.
I might get it when it comes out in trade. I only have the first issue, so I might get it when it comes out in trade, and then get this when it comes out in trade, just to have them together in trade.
But waiting months to read it, yeah, probably not going to do that.
I don't. Like, I have no interest in getting it, single issue wise, but I'd rather just get a trade,
And get this as a poster. They should just release all the certain covers as posters, or you can order any cover as poster, print on demand. Because there'd be tons of covers I'd be like, oh, I'd love to have that as a poster. I have no wall space for a poster, but still.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna get this unless I just pick it up on a whim, which could happen, but I really doubt it. If it's, I don't know, but you know what though? It's weird though. Why don't they just go to like an issue 7 or 6 or whatever it ended on? Why don't you just go to the next number?
Yeah. Because
they just make it a 12-issue, maxi series.
Yeah, but number ones sell more. They used to do that. I remember when Transformers first came out in like 1984 or whenever it was. It was supposed to be a 4-issue miniseries, and then it sold so well. They're like, okay, issue 5 comes out, and you're like, oh, I guess it's not a 4-issue miniseries anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, they used to do that kind of thing, but nowadays they just reboot, renumber everything.
Which sucks.
And in 20 years, there'll be a Symbiote Spider-Man legacy numbering. And it'll include, like, the original ones that had him in it. And it'll be all confusing. Just so we can have a Symbiote Spider-Man 1000 eventually.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Numbering is always an issue. I don't mind the miniseries getting a new number. I think, but it should it should have the legacy number for that Symbiote Spider-Man 2. It should be number 1 of Alien Reality, but it's also number whatever it is. What was the other one? 7 or whatever it is?
I think it's like 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure though.
Yeah, so. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
As long as they release them in trades that are easily identifiable, which comes first, I'm all good for it. It should be like Symbiote Spider-Man Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But yeah, sort of excited about that a little bit. Like you say, if it check it out when it comes out in trade. The good thing about Marvel trades are they're pretty cheap too. They're after it comes out, you're pretty safe.
You know what? We will see.
We will indeed see.
But anyway, so that's Symbiote Spider-Man.
This is the one you're super excited about.
This is the one I'm hyped for.
Did you read the underline there? It's a 4-part event.
Yes.
Okay.
Conan Serpent War. Holy shit! Conan is going to be teaming up with Moon Knight, which is really cool. But
it's also Robert E. Howard other creations, Dark Agnes and Solomon Kane. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
I love Solomon Kane.
Really, really cool. So other Robert E. Howard characters are going to be teaming
Moon Knight randomly.
Yeah, teaming up with Conan and Moon Knight. Can I say something though? I love what they're doing with Conan in Marvel. Like, the Conan series is great. Savage Sword of Conan's pretty good. The Age of Conan is okay. Those are like the 5-issue mini-series of different characters in the Conan-verse. The Conan-averse. And then Savage Avengers is pretty good, what they're doing with him there, And then we're getting Conan 2099.
And these covers look great. All the covers of all these issues look so good.
Yeah. The Neil Adams one, listen, Neil Adams is an acquired taste, but that cover's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's these are all variants for number 1. I thought they were all the 4 issues. Oh, yeah. I like the Carlos Pacheco one. and it's it seems to be. Did you read Atlantis Attacks back in the day?
Wait a minute, hold on. So the set. Okay, it's weird. The third photo is the cover to the second issue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I'm looking now.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the one I like. Yeah.
Yeah, the Neil Adams one is the variant to number 1. The Luke Ross one is the variant to number 2, and then it shows. I don't know why it's not in order.
Yeah, number 1 variant is the main picture too. Yeah. Oh, it's the normal cover. It's the normal picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you read Atlantis Attacks back in the day?
You know what? I know about it, but we have like the annuals and stuff like that, and the whole thing. I know there was like a whole thing with Set.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is because they say it's going to be spanning across Marvel and Robert E. Howard's lore, and that whole crossover was based on Robert E. Howard stuff. It was actually based on the Conan comic books, Atlantis Attacks. That's where that whole crown of Set and everything, and all the Supermen. That's all from Conan. So I think they're going to be revisiting all that in this, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I gotta read Atlantis Attacks.
It's a bit bloated because it was over like 16 different annuals. So
it's ridiculous.
The main story itself is the only thing you really have to read, and it's fine. It's pretty much they're trying to find brides of Set to bring to get the crown to work correctly, and then like all the women from like I think it's Sue Storm, Storm, and who else? There's a bunch like from all the different issues. Whoever the girl character was in each of the comics, they got kidnapped as a bride of Set, and they had to go get saved. It was like it was pretty fun. And this looks like it's going to be a better version of that. Jim Zub's great writer, so
yeah. I'm looking forward to this. I really am. I'm basically reading anything Conan. I have a Conan short box, and all the Conan issues go in there. Because like Conan is a part of like the Marvel books, but I like to keep it separate. Just it's basically its own thing, you know, which is great. I like how his books are separate from the Marvel stuff, but then they keep him. They have him with the Marvel characters and stuff like that. You know, I like what they're doing with him. I really do. Except the Conan 2099, but this is really cool. I'm hyped for this, and only 4 issues, so I think this will be good. Hopefully, but. Yeah.
You never know.
It could be horrible, but I doubt
it. It looks good.
So, yeah, this looks really good. Oh my god! I keep looking at that cover, and I'm like, holy crap! Can it be December already? I want this book. But anyway, so are you reading any of the Conan books or no?
I have them all. I haven't caught up on them yet, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm really enjoying them. Savage is pretty good. I like how they're doing it where like I don't know, have you read like any of them yet?
Yeah, or, I've read the first like 5 issues of what is it, just regular Conan?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah. And yeah, there's like a short story in the back and stuff.
Yeah. I like how they have the little novellas in there.
Mm-hmm.
But Savage is like just like random story arcs, you know, like so like you have the first story arc, which is 5 issues, and then you have a one shot, and then like another couple issues as a story, you know, like they're doing it like that, which is really cool, you know, because I like that kind of stuff, like the short stories, but they're basically doing like limited series almost, but they're keeping the numbering,
and you don't have to really remember what's going on. It's not one overarching story. It's just pretty much Conan getting into trouble here and there, and
and that's the problem I kind of have with the listen, the regular Conan book is great, but there's just one problem I have with it. I'm not really going to say it because you haven't read it, but there's just one problem I have with it, and if you're reading it, you might know what it is, but it's like, you know, just get to the point, you know? Even though each issue's really good, it's like, get to the point already.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I do like Conan. I've always liked Conan as I read all the stories, so to read them in comic form, it's always fun. I tried reading the old comics; they're all right, but it's just a little slow in the old style. But
and I mean, I just got into Conan when the first issue came out of his book, because that issue came out. I read the issue. I was like, all right, now I have to watch the movie. And then I finally watched the Arnold movie, and it was great. And man, I'm officially a Conan fan now.
Well, you got to read the Robert E. Howard stories; they're even better. A lot of it, like Cthulhu mythos, gets mixed in there, and because they're all friends back in the day. Robert E. Howard and H.P. Lovecraft and all those guys.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Clark Ashton Smith, like all those books, the old pulp stories. They're all quite good, and they're all intermixed. Fun times. But yeah, Conan is. I think Conan's their new Star Wars for Marvel. I think it's doing quite well for them. They keep putting out new books. So.
Yeah, I had a conversation with at a comic store with this guy, and we were saying about how Doomsday Clock. DC had Watchmen, and it's it was its own thing, and they made it into a part of the DC universe now with Doomsday Clock, and. But what can Marvel do? You know what I mean? They really can't bring Star Wars in, because then they really have to put them in the movies. Because the comics are within the movie continuity.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have Iron Man show up in the Star Wars book, how do you do that then? You know what I mean? Because the movies are still a part of it, So they can't really do that. Conan, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, the Arnold movie isn't the same as the books or the comics or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just Conan whatever. So we were having a conversation. We were like, what can they do? And they did Conan, and it worked so well, This is their, like you said, Star Wars, and this is their Watchmen going into DC, It's great. I really, I love Conan so much. This is great. Anyway, before I keep continuing about raving about Conan, let's talk about a new exclusive announcement about some books that have been revealed. Let's go through them one by one. First things first, we have incoming number 1. So the interesting thing is that I believe that this is just a one-shot. It's not an event.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a one-shot that is going to just talk about some stuff that will be happening in 2020 with Marvel.
It's like they usually do, like the Marvel Now, or they always do that one shot that kind of previews what's going to be happening through the year.
Oh, like Marvel Legacy.
Yeah, I think this is going to be that version. It's just showing, okay, this is what the overarching story for all the comic books are going to be, kind of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's spinning out of Marvel 1000 also, so because it's written by Al Ewing. And it's going to be connected to all that stuff. I think this is where the Eternity Mask is going to show up and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to have everybody. It's the Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Champions, Agents of Atlas, Valkyrie, Mortal Hulk, Jessica Jones, Venom, Ghost Rider, and the Masked Raider. That's him.
This does confirm that the X-Men are not going to be a part of their own.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. Yep, it confirms the X-Men are still in the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
if it's the same X-Men. I do see. For some reason, it looks like Cable on the front though, and he's dead. So it's Kid Cable now. So they got like a older Cable in the cover. I think whoever drew this cover wasn't informed that old Cable is dead.
Now, why is the real question? Why is King Thor there?
I see that. Yeah.
King Thor is there, but that's not. That's him. That's King Thor is him in the future, or maybe that's just Thor. Like that's his new costume.
Because he's got a new comic book, King Thor, coming out, right?
Well, yeah, that actually came out this week, which I did not get because I don't care.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might read Thor when Jason Aaron's off the book because I don't really know that. I haven't.
You have to read them all. Yeah.
You have to read everything to know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I might pick it up when he's off the book, which I'll know because there'll be a new number 1. So.
Yeah. But it does have Spider-Gwen on there, and it has Miles Morales I see there too. So.
Yes.
It's got everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
I like Spider-Man up the top there. He looks like, what the?
Yeah.
And they definitely drew Reed Richards just like, what's his name? The guy from, they want to play him in the movies. What's his name? The guy from The Quiet Place.
Oh, the guy from The Office. Yeah.
So they drew him just like that, so I think they're trying to really make it so him. And right under I think that guy with the glowy shirt is the Masked Raider, even though it's the incoming's right over his face. So who's dead? Who do you think dies?
I don't know.
It's nobody on that front in that cover, so it's going to be. So, I know who it is. It's always the same person. It's Mary Jane. We always know
that's
Mary
true.
Jane is the.
It's Mary Jane.
Yeah.
She's getting her own book. They might as well kill her off. Oh, by the way, it's John Krasinski.
That's it. I just can never pronounce his last name.
Well, this confirms that Spider-Gwen is not dead. So, I'm okay.
Oh, is Spider-Man supposed to die?
No. Spider-Gwen is not.
Oh, no, she's fine, yeah. I think
so she's
Spider-Man.
Okay. I don't. Oh wait, you know what? Maybe that. Maybe the glowy person next to Reed is Eternity.
Well, it's the Eternity mask is on the Masked Raider, so I think he looks
you
like
know what?
Eternity.
Who cares? Who cares?
It does say it's the closing chapter to Marvel's 80th year, so I don't care about this. Yeah. Let's move on.
Anyway, so next we have Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme, #1.
I love Phil Noto. Phil Noto art is like the best. He did the covers. He only does covers really anymore, and I do love that cover. I like his style, Phil Noto's style.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing that we do not know, and it does not say, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't say. Rob, you can read it and confirm. I don't know if this is a series. It may just be a one. It might just be a one shot, but apparently Doctor Strange's hands are healed, and he's got to balance him being a neurosurgeon and a Sorcerer Supreme, which sounds kind of dumb.
Is this a #1? Yeah. I wonder if it's just this is the new Doctor Strange book.
I don't know.
I think it is an ongoing. I think it's the new Doctor Strange book. Then they just have that Surgeon Supreme is now instead of Sorcerer Supreme. But who is it? Mark Waid's writing it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Mark Waid. So there's that. I'm also not a huge fan of Doctor Strange. So
I actually like him, or at least a little bit. But the weird thing is that hold on, I'm trying to see. Yeah, okay, so it is a new series. This is like, because the current Doctor Strange series, I guess, is ending. So this will be the new one, which is now written by Mark Waid.
I didn't even know there was a Doctor Strange series currently going. That's how little I care about it.
You don't remember? Remember we talked about it a while ago. That was and then Discord didn't work, and he was in space.
Oh yes. Yeah. This sounds like a plot for a TV show, like a CW show or something.
It sounds like a plot that would be best fitted for Spider-Man, not Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
You know, who gives a shit if your hands are healed and you're gonna be who cares about being a neurosurgeon? Be the Sorcerer Supreme and save the universe. I don't understand.
And I'm pretty sure that he could use magic to heal anybody he'd want, anyways. Like he wouldn't need a scalpel.
No, because magic and science are different, so then it doesn't work.
Pretty sure.
Well, I can see why you don't like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he's too powerful. And this next one, I'm not a big fan of either.
We have Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. Ghost Rider is apparently a Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm sorry. He's gonna be going into an intergalactic prison to basically kill, I guess, villains that are in the prison from the inside out.
Who is Cosmic Ghost Rider? Is it Punisher?
Yes.
But from the future?
It's a future Frank
okay.
Who has the spirit of vengeance.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I do not like him.
No, that's kind of... And it's written by Dennis Hopeless, who no longer goes by the name Hopeless. He's now Dennis Hallam. So that's really confusing. But his writing's strange, because he's a Warren Ellis guy, but he's not bad. He's done some good stuff. But
wait a minute. Wait.
Yes?
It's also written by Donny Cates.
Oh, is there going to be Venom in it?
Holy shit. Null is going to show up, and that's going to be the story. That's what's going to happen. Null, the symbiote god, is going to show up, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to have to fight him.
Oh, it's going to be 2 stories. Dennis Hopeless and Scott Hepburn are doing one, and there's a short story in the back with Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw. So it's 2 stories in one.
The short story is going to be about a symbiote, probably.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it's going to have symbiotes in it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, is this a one shot or is this a?
I believe it's a limited series. Yeah.
Oh, I don't care because I'll never pick it up, so it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I have no interest in Cosmic Ghost Rider in the very least. So far, it's been like don't care about any of this. So hopefully, we'll get something good by the end here.
Yeah. Well, trust me, trust me, there will be something good.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to take my word for it. Don't scroll down.
I'm not.
You'll on this one.
I did scroll down to this one though.
What, Guardians?
Yeah, look who's written by.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing with Guardians. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy 12, written by Donny Cates. Okay, the Faithless storyline ends here. This is gonna decide the fate of Rocket Raccoon, whether or not he dies or not in this issue, basically. But every cosmic book that Donny Cates pretty much has written is going to be culminating into this. So Thanos wins, Cosmic Ghost Rider, The Death of the Inhumans, Silver Surfer Black, and Guardians of the Galaxy all culminates in this issue. Who cares?
Do you think that the Black Tote character in the very front is that Venom?
Oh no, without a doubt it's Mary Jane with a symbiote. 100%.
Yeah, I love Guardians of the Galaxy when it was written by who was it written by back in the day?
Dan Abnett.
Yeah, Abnett and Lanning. That's right. That was great. But this, not my thing. Yeah,
I don't know. And I wanted to read the Guardians book just because Beta Ray Bill's in it.
I was going to say that too.
I was like, ooh, but Donny Cates.
Who's the blue person in the front here?
I don't know.
Malekith?
She looks. I think that's the chick, but I think it looks like Malekith. I don't know who it is.
Everybody else I recognize, I think. I recognize everybody else, but yeah, that's the only one I didn't. It's probably Thanos and that Black Dope guy. He's probably going to be on the team, whoever they're fighting.
Yeah, probably.
They're jumping into a sun, so maybe they just fly into the sun and they're all dead.
Yeah. But, who cares? So...
Yeah.
So, this art, man, this article's really not doing anything good for us.
No.
So let's try the next one. Marvel's Avengers, the video game, Iron Man #1.
Oh, this is based on the video game with the very weird-looking Captain America and weird-looking Black Widow. Have you seen the characters for those?
Yeah.
They look weird.
It's basically the movie's stunt doubles.
Yeah. But the Black Widow especially, that doesn't look like a female, maybe? No offense, I'm all for trans rights, but...
It looks like a guy with a wig.
It does.
It doesn't look like... It really... I noticed, though, that they did polish it and make it look a little bit better. Like,
from
there was
that
a
first time?
thing.
Yeah,
and they made it look a little bit better. But listen, I'm obviously going to get the game.
Yeah, it should be.
See, I'm hoping it's good. I really don't want it to be bad because the Spider-Man game was fantastic. I just really don't want this to be bad, and this is a prequel to the game. Now, the thing that's kind of disappointing and confusing is whether or not this takes place in the universe. In the Spider-Man PS4 universe, because in that, if you go to in the Spider-Man game, you go to Avengers Tower, and they're like, oh, he goes, oh yeah, they're on the West Coast. So, and then in the trailers and stuff, you know, they're on the West Coast. So,
that'd be good if it was. Is it the same company making them?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't either. Prequel comics. They're doing one for Star Wars too, aren't they? With
Yes.
Palpatine. So I think it's just one of those things. If you're really into the game or the movie, you probably should get them. I know with the Marvel ones, when they used to do the Marvel prequel comics, they actually added a lot to the story. There was they filled in parts of the story. So maybe it's important, but yeah.
Who knows? I mean, they're doing the Gamerverse type things where like they did Spider-Man City at War, which was literally just a retelling of the game. Thank God I didn't get it because it's just a retelling of the story of the game, and I played the game, so I really need that. But then the Spider-Man Velocity miniseries, that's another Gamerverse thing, and that is like after the game. So it's like an original story after the game.
Yeah, it's at least adds something to your experience, not just retells you what you already know.
Exactly. Which I like. I like how they're doing that. You know, the cross between the comics and the games. You know. But we'll see what happens with this. I don't know. I like this is like. Do I care? I still don't know if I care or not about it, you know?
Well, if you're going to play a video game, I would probably pick this up. How much? It's probably going to be like $8 so.
Yeah. If it's a one-shot, yes. If it's a mini-series, no.
I think there's going to be a bunch of one-shots for all the different characters.
Oh, that would be annoying.
Because it says Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, and Hulk. And then it says, what's it say? Something like... it says something about this being the first of many or something. Yeah. It's a prequel. It says leading directly into the events of the highly anticipated video game. So you kind of, if you want, unless they probably recap it in the video game, but it might be better to read it. But
I doubt it. You know what though? The thing is that not a lot of people like have access to getting the comic, so like they probably, it's just like they explain like such a small detail, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Or it describes something that they say in a sentence, like it's these guys have stolen the tech, and this shows how they stole the tech and how Tony had to try to fight them, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be one of those things. It's going to set up where all the characters are before the first prequel to the upcoming video game, it says. So it'll probably just set up all the characters are for the video game.
Yeah.
Once again, if they were smart, they'd put all these out and then put out a trade that they sell in regular bookstores, put it right out there, right beside the video game at GameStop or wherever you're going to buy the video game. So you can buy the trade and the video game at the same time, read all the stories, then play the video game. That's how they should market it, but who knows?
Yeah.
Because like you say, if you're just a video game player, you're probably not going to read this. You wouldn't know about it. You don't really care about the comic books if you're just an average video game player. So, but some kid who goes into one of those game stores and sees that'd be a good thing to put up there, or give it a PDF out or whatever, an online version out with the code for whatever with the pre-order of the game or something.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that too. Get people reading this stuff. It's supposed to be cross-promotion. It's only going one way. This is just promoting the video game. They got to promote the comic books somehow too.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Like I said, this is a slight who cares, but not like a full who cares like the other ones. But the next one, holy shit, I care. Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham, is getting an ongoing book.
Yeah, everybody from that movie is going to get stuff, because I'm amazed Spider-Man Noir... Actually, do they have a Spider-Verse book? I think they do, don't they?
Yeah, they're coming out with the Spider-Verse miniseries, I believe. Yeah. But Spider-Man Noir is dead.
Yeah, ruin it.
They killed him. They killed him in Spider-Geddon like a year ago.
He'll be back. You can't keep a Noir character down.
It'll be an alternate version of Spider-Man Noir.
Or someone will pick up the mantle.
Yeah, it'd be stupid. But
as long as he's always in black and white, I don't care.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage voices him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Zeb Wells He's known for his comedy writing, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not really too into comedy-centric books, you know?
Peter Porker was like Deadpool way before Deadpool existed, so I have a feeling it's going to be the similar kind of feel.
Yeah.
And I believe Zeb Wells wrote Deadpool for a long time, so I can see that happening.
But, you know, the thing that's disappointing is that he is going to team up with Spider-Man. It's like, no, I want to see Spider-Ham, like, by himself.
Well, you can read those old comic books.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah, he's better when he plays off against Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just Looney Tunes. At least this way it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out, but you're excited about this? You're going to be buying this one?
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna be buying it. Like I'm actually excited about it.
And I think it says it's his own series. It doesn't say mini-series.
It is an ongoing book.
Yeah. Which
will definitely be canceled.
The Ham and the Man.
The Ham and the Man.
Because it's Spider-Ham and Spider-Man. Pretty funny.
That's a pun and a half.
And he has his face on his nose for some reason. It's always strange.
I never understood that.
Well, it was drawn as a joke back in the day, and then they just exploded out of there.
Yeah.
I remember reading the What the comics back in the day. It was like the comedy ones.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. Oh, I miss those ones. Marvel had a humor once in a while.
Yeah. Remember when comic books were good?
Yeah. It was called the 80s.
Yeah.
I was looking at New Universe recently. I was like, I should buy all the old New Universe comics.
Ew.
They were fun. Fun comics.
Were they, though?
I remember them being fun. I don't know if they really are, but we'll see. So that's it.
That's all the news.
Now
it's time to complain about X-Men.
Oh, you can't complain too much. Well, I'm sure you can.
What did you think about Powers of 10, number 4?
Powers or House? We're going to start chronologically here?
Oh, yeah, let's do House first, then.
So, yeah, House, in that one, spoilers, if anybody hasn't read it, the X-Men are sent on a suicide mission, pretty much. There's Suicide Squad to go stop the Mother Mold, and they do in 4, but at great sacrifice, they all die, which immediately said to me, oh, this isn't in real reality. These aren't the X-Men. It's either one of Moira's realities, like one of her timelines, or it's clones, one of the two. Because, yeah, you can't kill Wolverine, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Nightcrawler. Like, who else? You could have killed Monet and those people, I guess, but...
If it's clones, I will never read another X-Men book again.
I think it might be plant clones. Because in the Powers of 10, now they're talking, they meet up with Sinister. And Sinister is all about cloning. So I think it might be plant clones of the real X-Men. They have the real X-Men hidden somewhere so they don't get in the way.
I'm not kidding. If it's clones, X-Corner is canceled.
I guarantee you, it's clones. I'm telling you right now, it's clones.
Can I... I'm gonna scream. Okay, like, I'm not kidding. It's like I'm sweating. It's getting me mad. If they do clones, Rob, I swear to God, I will never buy an X-Men book ever again unless it's Wolverine.
Did you not read Powers of 10?
Oh no, I read Powers of 10, and I know they went to Mr. Sinister, and I didn't think clones. And now that you mentioned it, I'm like, shit. That's his shtick.
Yeah. And that would explain what I think the real X-Men. They realized that the real X-Men would probably try to stop them because they're becoming pretty teetotal. So they're like, we need the X-Men, but we can't have the real X-Men. We'll make our own X-Men that we can brainwash easier. And yeah, another reason they didn't care about, like, Professor X would never have sent the X-Men on a suicide mission. He would never have done that.
Rob. The first issue of the House of X #1. Remember they were coming out?
Yeah, in the little pods.
Yeah. God! No! Why?
Yeah.
Enough with the fucking clones, please.
The only thing that would make it worse if they were Venom clones. They'd turn out they have all of the symbiote inside them all.
Jesus Christ. Christ.
Yeah.
And now the clones. Why do we keep doing... We're getting the X-Men Clone Saga now.
It's
This is the X-Men Clone Saga.
It's easy, that's why. Clones are easy. You can always kill someone if they're a clone. There's been clones in X-Men before. Jean Grey had a clone who turned into the Goblin Queen and things. It's not something new for the X-Men, but...
You know what?
Cable's a clone.
Screw Jonathan Hickman. If it's clones, which it seems like now it's gonna be. I didn't think about it. Now that you brought it up, it seems like it now. Like that definitely has to be the thing. If that's the case, screw you, Jonathan Hickman. You're a lazy writer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be clones, but I did like the in Powers of 10. I like Cypher going. They had like a flashback to Cypher going to learn Krakoa's language. That was fun. I hate Mr. Sinister and all those Mr. Sinister clones. They're annoying.
Yeah.
That's a new thing. Like Sinister never used to be like that, and that's I don't even know. It might have been Jason Aaron. Might have been I can't remember who was who introduced the idea that there's lots of Mr. Sinisters, and I hate that. And then the future stuff in Powers of 10, I have no clue what's going on with those weird Phalanx guys, and although it did show Doug Ramsey, he has the techno-organic virus with Warlock in him, and he touches some plants right at the beginning, and they get that virus in them. So maybe in the far future, that is Krakoa. It's become that Phalanx. I think they are that group. I don't know. I don't understand the far future one, but at least I understood the other two. That's a step up from the usual Powers of 10. It's usually I'm clueless of what's going on. But yeah, as it keeps going, I'm liking it less and less. I can say that so far. And I can't wait for it to all just reboot and be back to the normal X-Men.
Now, the thing that's kind of interesting is that there's an ad. It's like House of X number 6, The Inevitable Future, and then Powers of 10-6, The Inevitable Truth. So is it going to be like flipped? Where, like, remember in the beginning, Powers started off where it was like, you know, it was focusing on the future, and then House was now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think by the end it'll be flipped.
House will be the future, and then they'll move back.
And then Powers will be now, you know?
Yeah, because it could be... Because the truth is going to be either that this isn't really the Marvel Universe, which I think it isn't. I think it's one of Moira's things. And I think the clone thing will be in issue 5. They'll reveal them to be clones, because we'll see Wolverine and all those guys back, and they'll be like, oh, the cloning process worked. Because almost always what happens in Powers of 10, in the next house, it gets used. So it almost always happens that way. So I have a feeling they'll just reveal they're all clones in the next 5, and it won't be a major plot line. It'll just be like, oh yeah, it's clones. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think that's the crux of the whole story, which is good. I think the crux of the whole story is Moira's timelines. I think that's what it all is. And then by the end, it's going to be slightly changed, the X-Men, and it'll just be pretty much status quo back, and that'll make me happy. Just new teams, new writers. I think I'll be fine with that. I'm just ready for this to be over. This has been a long 3 months. And we still got another, 2 issues each?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, at least it's weekly, so that's another month. One more month.
Uh-huh.
And then I think the regular series start back up in November. So it's not bad. It's just he's always too complex for his own good. He writes himself these weird stories, and it's good, and you're like, okay, I understand it, and then he'll throw something in there and be like, I don't know what's going on, and you'll be confused. And I don't like being confused when I read comics. I like to enjoy them, not have to be like months later being like, oh, that's what that meant. It's hard. And yeah, so far it's been like whatever.
I don't even know what to do anymore. Rob, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah. It'll be over soon. 1 more month. But like I say, it's not bad. I can't.
I guess I know what Georgie's going to complain about on the next TBE.
He's going to be complaining about the X-Men?
He's going to be complaining about the X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men is, it's fine. Art's good. The art was really good.
Yeah, that's all. I'm actually, like, disappointed and upset. Like, I'm angry and sad.
I'm more just accepting. I knew what I was getting into. Because I've read a lot of Hickman in my time. And sometimes it's good, but when it's my X-Men, Stop messing with him.
Oh God, clones.
Yeah. Out of all the things, that's my least of my worries. I hate Sinister. That's all I know. Which is funny. I was just raving about Inferno, and he's a major character in Inferno. But that was the last time. Oh, this is the first and last time he was ever good. So.
Yeah, because I was reading it, I was like, I don't remember him being like funny.
No, yeah, he's wacky Sinister now. He's like, oh, I want a cape. It's like, what? Sinister is like a scientist. Like, I don't understand why all of a sudden he's like this. And he was never like this until, I can't remember who wrote it, but somebody, might have been Bendis now that I think about it. Somebody wrote Sinister as a kind of a joke, that he has a lot of personalities, multiple personalities, and some are crazier than others. Yeah. Not a fan.
I don't know. But that's the X-Men rant.
Although there was a flashback about Krakoa, and Apocalypse was the good guy in that story.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. That part of the story I liked a lot with Krakoa and the language. And Doug Ramsey's like, you don't know what he's saying. Stop trying to say that you know what he's saying. I know what he's saying.
And then so it's Krakoa and Arakko.
Yeah, that's his missing counterpart, which I'm sure will come into play somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Well, at least the Mother Mold's beaten. No, for now, no evil Sentinels.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I did like that whole scene was cool. Like, I like how they had to sacrifice themselves to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it worked out really neat. But yeah, generally, it was it was all about the shock value. They implied they died one before, and then you're like, oh, they didn't die, they can't die, and then they killed him. It was like, oh, he did that on purpose. So.
Well, you know what? Screw X-Men. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, screw them. I'm done with them too. Throwing all my comics out.
I guess I'm never buying another X-Men book again unless it's Wolverine because.
But he's a clone too.
Yeah, but like it's Wolverine though.
Yeah, none of this is gonna matter. Come that reboot, none of this is going to matter. There'd be a slight status change. I assume it's going to be reverted to that there wasn't millions of mutants. It's just going to be the certain mutants, but I don't know, maybe. Although they kept talking about a mutant nation, so that might still be a thing in the new comics. So.
Yeah.
But overall, we'll see. I'm kind of done with this 2 issues, 1 issue a week, and it confuses me. House doesn't usually confuse me. It's Powers that confuses me.
Yeah.
And then I see what he's doing. He implies something in then he has all that crazy writing that you're supposed to try to translate. I'm like, I'm not translating all that. I don't care.
And then there's like the pages of like Krakoa information or whatever. I don't even bother reading that.
Or that whole thing with all the secrets of Sinister. Did you read all that?
No.
Yeah. It was a bunch of...
Did you read it?
Yeah, I read it, but it was all like, oh, this secret's this, and it's like almost like riddles, but you know, the mutant who likes numbered teams, he's gonna be scared when the originals come back or something like that, and it's like, okay, like it's that kind of stuff, but there was like 20 of them. It was like 2 full pages of that stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, okay, I get it, Hickman. You like putting your little riddles in there, but. We know you're just going to pay him off next issue, so it doesn't matter.
There are 10 Sinister secrets.
Makes sense. It's powers of 10. Everything's 10s. Don't you get it?
Oh, I get it now. Anyway, that's X-Men. Who cares? I don't care. It's pissing me off.
What do you like?
Really quick. Well, yeah. Really quick. I do want to talk about Legion of Superheroes Millennium #1. Legion of Superheroes is coming back, which I thought they were going to come back after Doomsday Clock was finished, but I think they were kind of like, all right, Jeff, you're really taking a long time with Doomsday Clock coming out. I know you want it to be perfect, but I mean, come on.
Well, I've heard that Doomsday Clock is no longer in continuity. That they after all this time, they everything's changed so much that they're like, this isn't going to work with how we're doing the comic books. So let's just say it's not in continuity anymore.
That's what I figured would probably happen, you know?
Because, like you say, it's taken so long to come out. If it had come out on time, they could have based everything around it, but it's too late. So, yeah, none of the Doomsday... That's why this kind of stuff's happening. They're like, well, we're not going to wait for Doomsday Clock.
It's taken, like, 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
It really has. It's been going on for so long that me and Coach did a comic talk video on the first issue, and that was like November 2017.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just ridiculous, you know. And so Legion of Superheroes Millennium came out, written by my boy Bendis.
Yeah, he's the Legion of Superheroes guy now, eh?
I guess. And then possibly he'll be the Batman guy after Tom King leaves.
You think it's going to be him?
I hope not.
I think it's going to be Frank Miller.
No.
Who else could it be? Well, I guess it could be someone like they could bring what's his name back? The guy who went to do the movies and got kicked off the movies now. I forget his name. Yeah, Jeff Johns, one of those guys.
Someone at one of the comic stores said Tom Taylor, and I was like, that could be interesting. I think that might be good, but the problem is that he's writing Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, so he would need to.
They want exclusive someone. Yeah.
They're gonna want him exclusively because he's writing for DC and Marvel. So
yeah, I'd be surprised if they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, they would definitely want him exclusive for Batman of all people.
I would think it's going to be a bigger name than Tom Taylor. Like, as good as he is, they want someone big name. Well, they put Scott Snyder on, or Tom King. Like, they're not huge names, so. Yeah. But the thing is, Tom King and Tom Taylor, all the time Tom Taylor's like, I'm not Tom King. Like, all the time he gets mistaken for him. So that'd be kind of funny if he does take over Batman.
I don't know. But, Legion of Superheroes Millennium was garbage. And it's going to be only 2 issues, and it's like the prequel to the ongoing book. But it's like it goes through like from now to like the future from the perspective of this one chick. And it's very weird. She's explaining it to like the president of the United States in the future, who is Supergirl.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Or something like that, you know what I mean? But it was so confused. And Kamandi did show up in that, and he was in there for a couple pages, but you know it didn't make any sense. You know, I have no idea what the hell was going on in that, and I just reading it, I don't care. And then Legion of Superheroes, I think, is gonna be Jonathan Kent now going to the future. I think that's what's happening.
The son, yeah.
You know, his son is going to the future instead of Superman or Superboy, you know. So it's his son, which, I mean, it could be interesting, but I don't care. You know, I don't care about Jonathan Kent. Bendis has ruined Superman for me, you know. So, Bendis. Oh, Bendis. Silly Bendis. But yeah, it's my small little rant about Bendis and Legion of Superheroes. It was just stupid, you know. It's disappointing. And I like the Legion of Superheroes because their animated series I really liked. You know, but besides that, I haven't really read that many good Legion of Superheroes books, so.
Yeah. No, I was never gotten to Legion. It was not something I was ever interested in, so.
Yeah. But, whatever. That's pretty much it. You have anything else to add or anything? Or
I don't think so. Let's hope that next week we have happier news, because this week was a downer. There was nothing good coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of disappointing.
December is going to be a slow month.
I forgot to tell you, the Punisher series that's going on right now is ending, I believe, at issue 16. Or this is just from my observation, so people watching do not quote me on this, but I believe that the Punisher series is ending. So that's why they're doing the like Punisher, I guess, like the mini-series and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just going to be, once again, should be continuation of the story, but they're just going to...
Well, I think... See, I don't mind it as much just because, like, this story of the Punisher was kind of like a maxi-series, because it was like... The entire 16 issues is Punisher going after Zemo. You know what I mean? So they can't continue that. You know what I mean? And I guess they want Garth to do that mini or the other minis and whatnot, and then they have Kill Crew going on right now. It would still be crazy to have 3 different Punisher books. You know?
Yeah, I guess so.
So from what I see right now, the only one that's solicited is 16. There is nothing about 17 or 18 or any other issues, so I'm assuming that it's, it's going to be over, which is disappointing because I really liked it. It's a really good book, and but hopefully the Garth mini is pretty good. I'm hoping.
Oh, I'm sure it'd be good.
I hope. I hope. Punisher Kill Crew though. Coach said that it's campy, but he liked it. It was just campy and kind of stupid, honestly.
Well, you have to be in that mood to be like, okay, I don't care if this is crazy, and I'll just put up with it.
Like, Punisher goes to, like, he finds Foggy Nelson, and on, like, Jotunheim, I think it was, or no, it wasn't Jotunheim. It was, oh, yeah, that's right, it was the High Evolutionary's planet.
Speaking of cloning people.
No, enough with the clones! It was the High Evolutionary's planet.
What do you mean planet? He's
got a planet. You didn't know that?
He's human.
And he's got a planet.
Oh, he just made a planet?
I don't know. But there's a planet, apparently, that the Punisher goes to, and Foggy Nelson is there because a giant mechanical shark took Foggy Nelson from Earth.
As happens.
During War of the Realms. And then he goes to I forgot where he goes, and then he finds the Juggernaut for some reason. Oh, that's right. He goes back to he goes to Jotunheim, and then he's like with Foggy, and he's like, "Hey, let's go into this cave," and then they go into this cave, and then guess what happens? The Juggernaut's there, being held captive by some frost giants for some reason. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that series is like very campy and weird, and it's I don't know. It's campy and weird, but like like you said, I need to be in the mood for something like that, and I'm not too big into like the funny books. I would prefer, it's Punisher. He should be cutting people's, frost giants' heads up and blowing their brains out and whatnot. I don't want to see this campy shit.
Yeah, but he's not the character to make campy for sure.
Yeah.
It should be Deadpool's Kill Crew, and then it'd be fine.
Yeah,
he's a guy who murders a lot of people, but it's still funny.
They're at like this ice cream bar and with the orphans, with a bunch of orphans, because he's going after the monsters that killed those kids' families during the War of the Realms. So that's like, so then he goes up to like the guy working at the ice cream place, and he's like, everybody here, make sure they get ice cream, and it's all paid for. And I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's not Punisher,
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. Not for me.
Yeah, it's just disappointing. But that's pretty much it. That's all the news. I don't think I have anything else to complain about, unfortunately.
We'll find something next week.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. But anyway, all right. Well, let's pull a what's it called? Let's pull an outro that you guys do. I've been Andrew,
and I'm Rob,
and we'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below and let us know why we're wrong about certain things.
Please do. Please tell us why Punisher being funny is good. I understand it's a thing that you just, hey, he's a serious character, let's make him wacky, but come on. Especially in continuity.
Yeah, exactly. And if you like Powers in House of X, let us know why you like it and why we're possibly wrong down in the comments below.
I like it. I just don't think it doesn't make much sense. Not yet. And I hate reading comics that don't make sense.
Well, honestly, it just annoys me. That's the thing with it.
It annoys me a little bit too. Okay. Anyway. Next time, it all makes sense.
Hopefully. So stay tuned for the next episode of the Superhero Crew podcast, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.